5. So have you ever encountered a situation whereby you are given a question in an exam, a fractional question, and then you've answered things correctly, but the answer is still wrong? Well, that's because there's a procedure that you need to follow in terms of answering this, and that is what we are going to be talking about in this video. So in this video, we are going to be talking about it, as you saw the heading, which is factors, multiples, and the fractions. I'm going to explain about the factors, what factors are, how to find the factors, the lowest common factor, the highest common factors, about multiples, about the okay, so these are the things that we are just going to be looking at in these questions, and we are going to be talking about some factors. We are also going to talk about multiples, what multiples are, and how to answer fractions. You need to understand this before you start answering any past paper question. So let's begin the video. So let's begin exactly. So here, factors are numbers that divide exactly, no remainder. So when you start looking at factors, we are talking about numbers that can go into a specific number that you are given without leaving a remainder. So like here, let me give an example of 12. So when they say that find the factor of 12, they are telling you to find a number that can go into 12 without leaving a remainder. 1 can go into 12 without leaving a remainder. 2 can go into 12 without leaving a remainder. 3 can go into 12 without leaving a remainder. 4 can go into 12 without leaving a remainder. 6 can go into 12 without leaving a remainder. And the 12 itself can go into 12 without leaving a remainder. So when we start talking about factors, well, they just mean that numbers that can go into a specific number without leaving a remainder. You understand it? Hope it was clear. So in short, factors are numbers that are less than or equal to the actual number that you are given. Like here 12, you see these are all less than 12 and 12 itself. So they are right exactly. You understand it? Hope that was clear so that I can move on into multiples. I can move on, right? If you are not clear, you can write something in the comment section. Let's try to do something about it. Multiples. So multiples. What are multiples? If you can remember what I was talking about, I was saying that factors are numbers that can go into a number without leaving a remainder, right? So multiples, think of them as the opposite, because the result of multiplying a number. In short, these are numbers that number you have can go into without leaving a remainder. Like take an instance of these examples here. So what are the multiples of 5 here? 5 can go into 5, right? 5 can go into 10, right? 5 can go into 15, right? And 5 can go into 25, can go into 25. The list goes on. You just find numbers this number can go into without leaving a remainder. Multiples. It is simple, right? So that's just it about multiples. That is how you understand multiples. That is how you answer multiples. Right? So in summary about multiples can go on forever. As I stated earlier, they are bigger than or equal to the number. So think of multiples as the opposite of factors, because this is now where you find numbers that this number you are given can go into without leaving a remainder. Hope that was clear, so that we can move on to the next part. Have you ever heard of the term prime number? So let me explain what it means when someone says prime number. When you start talking about prime number, has only 2 factors. These are just numbers with only 2 factors, and these factors are the number itself and 1. These are numbers that can go into that specific number, just two numbers, one included. So an example is 2, 3, 5, 7. 2 can, like so, 1 can go into 2 and 2 can go into 2. 1 can go into 3 and the 3 can go into 3. 1 can go into 5 and 5 can go into 5. There's no other number that can go into 5 apart from 1 and 5 itself. There's no other number that can go into 7 apart from 7 itself and 1 without leaving a remainder. And 11 can go into 11 and 1 can go into 11. You understand? So we are just talking about numbers that can go into the number, just two numbers, the number itself and the 1. So 2 is the only even more than 2 factors. You understand? So now that you have understood this, I can move on, right? Remember guys, if you are not understanding what I'm saying, you can write something in the comment section so that I may repeat. I'm more than happy to do that in the next video. I can help you out. So just write something in the comment section so that at least know that you are following along, as at least we are moving at the same pace time. So now that we have understood about the prime factors, let's talk about the highest common factor. What do someone mean when they say that find the highest common factor? I'm sure you've encountered this situation. You've understood like you knew how to answer it, but you've never fully understood what it really means. So when we are talking about highest common factor, that divides two numbers exactly. So when we say highest common factor, they are talking about a number that two numbers or more can go into without leaving a remainder. Like these numbers can go into that specific number, just one number leaving a remainder. An example I can give, they say that find the common factor of 18 and 24. So they are telling you that find a number that can go into 18 and 24 without a remainder. So once you understand this concept, everything will become clearer, everything will become simpler. So you just have to understand this pattern. Hear me out. So which number can go into 18? Here is 18. So let me just do this time. So they try. I was trying to like simplify everything for you. So if we say 2 times the 3 to the power 2, it is what? 18. So and here 2 to the power 3 times 3, it is what? 24. So when we say that find the number that can go into 18 and 24, find numbers like a big number, like highest, a very big number that can go into 18 and 24. What are these? 6 can go into 18, right? 6 can go into 24. 3 can go into 18 and 3 can go into 24, but you need a highest common factor. A common meaning something, the same number. You understand? So very well then, let's try to look at the lowest common multiple. As I stated earlier, multiples are just the opposite. They are just the opposite of factors. So this is how it will happen. Smallest number, both numbers divide in 2. You see? So when we start talking about lowest common multiple, we are talking about a very small number, that numbers that you are given, more than 2 or more numbers can go into. They share a common goal, something like that. So let's give let's look at this example. We are like 4 and 6. What is the common multiple of 4 and 6? 4 can go into 4, but 4 can't go into 6, right? But 6 can't go into 4, so it can't. 4 can go into 8, but 6 can't go into 8. 4 can go into 12, but can 6 go into 12? Yes. So this here will be the lowest common multiple the list can go on, but we want the lowest of them all that these two can go into, which is 12. So we can end right there. So in short, the lowest common multiple is what? 12. Once you understand this, guys, once you understand all this, I'm telling you that mathematics will be easier, answering past paper will be easier, because I know a lot of people have been asking me that they want me to be answering past papers, but I want you guys to get the foundation first, build a foundation before you start extending yourself to answering past paper questions. Once you can understand this, then everything will be okay. Is that clear? So very well, then we can move on into something different. So now that we've covered about the multiples, we've covered about the factors, let's look at fractions. I'm fractions normally form here like 3 over 5, 7 over 4, and so on. So these here are the different types of fraction. We have a proper fraction, we have an improper fraction, we have a mixed fraction. A mixed fraction is one with a whole number and a fraction. That's a whole number and a fraction. An improper fraction, it is one with a big number on top and a small number below. A proper fraction, a big number or a small number on top, a big number below. So these are just about fraction. I'm sure you know this, but I'll show you what I wanted you to understand the most time about adding and subtracting multiples. So there are steps that you need to consider when you are handling fractions. Number one, make the denominators the same. So when you are given a question about a fraction and you want to answer it, first of all you need to make the denominators the same. Find a common denominator. It is like finding a common lowest common multiple, right? The same way we find the lowest common multiple, that is how we find the common denominator here. Add and subtract the numerators. So here is an example. You are given this fraction 3 over 4 plus 1 over 2. How do we find here? First, you need to find the common denominator here. Which number can 2 and 4 go into without leaving a remainder? 4, right? So 4, like it will be like so, 4. And now 4 into 4, it is 1. 1 times 3, it is 3. This is where I put the 3. And the 2 into 4, it is 2. 2 times 1, it is 2. You understand? So once you get this concept, you just say 3 plus 2, then 5, and 5 over 4. That is just how we add or subtract. Even in terms of subtraction, it is the same. But multiplication, it is different. Multiplying these things, it is different and requires you to consider few things. So multiplying fractions. How do we multiply fraction? So multiply top times top and multiply bottom by bottom. So we just go a direct. It is a direct approach. Like take a look at this example here. 2 times 3, it is 6. 3 times 5, it is 15. And then we can reduce it. You can end here, but I think it is best we reduce it. Find a number that can go into 6 and 15, which is 3. 3 into 6, it is 2. 3 into 15, it is 5. So that is how I answer this 5 here. But you get the concept right. In multiplying fraction, just say 2 times 3. 3 times 5, a direct approach. And now this is where I wanted you guys to understand the most, like before we handle anything else. It is division fraction, dividing fraction. And this is one where people get confused. And so number one, change the sign to a times. And so flip the second fraction. What do I mean by that? You see this example here, right? So, in order to change this division sign to a time sign, we need to flip the second fraction here. Do not temper with this one, but temper with this one here. Once you do this, it will you get something like so. You see, like if we say this is 3 over 4, it became 4 over 3 because we flipped things. So now that we have a times, we can do the multiplication of fraction. 1 times 4, it is 4. 2 times 3, it is 6. Reduce it. 2 into 4, it is 2. 2 into 6, it is 3. you answer. You see, it is easy, and once you understand all these concepts, everything will become clear. So guys, I am on a journey of finishing answering all the books of mathematics, chemistry, English, physics, and biology. So if you want to become part of this journey, I will recommend that you subscribe to the channel, you join the classroom. You'll find the classroom in the link in the description. You'll find the classroom of mathematics in the description. You'll find the classroom of physics in the description. All my classes, you'll find them in the description. So guys, thank you very much for taking the time to listen to what I have to say in this part, and I hope to see you in the next video. But before you go, here is a quick summary. You can do a screenshot if you want of this one. And what we did was about factors: divide numbers exactly. Prime numbers have only two factors, which is the number itself and one. Highest common factor and lowest common multiple help solve real life problems. Fraction represents part of a whole number. Fraction operates follow specific rules. Fraction operation for specific rules. So this is what I had for you. Hope to see you in the next video. Please subscribe guys, so that I am encouraged to keep on updating you on what is coming up. Thank you.